Have you ever just felt totally lost with all the financial advice out there? I mean, it's everywhere.
Oh, absolutely. Save more, invest aggressively, buy crypto. It's a lot.
Exactly. It can feel like you need, I don't know, a PhD in finance just to sort it all out. Well, today we're doing a deep dive into a book that honestly cut through a lot of that noise for millions. It really shifted how people think about money. We're talking about Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Ah, yes, a classic, and definitely provocative.
Definitely. So, our mission here is simple. Pull out the key insights, the big takeaways from the super influential book. We want to explore its unique approach, its core ideas, basically give you a shortcut to understanding its message.
And it's important to remember this isn't your typical dry finance textbook, right?
Not at all.
It's more like, well, it uses storytelling.
Yeah.
Personal finance meets motivation almost. Kiyosaki uses stories, not jargon, to try and shift your whole mindset about money, wealth, and even education. It's designed to be accessible.
Yeah, and he hooks you right away with this really intriguing idea. The two dads, he talks about the advice he got from his rich dad and his poor dad. That comparison is central to everything, isn't it?
It really is. That's the whole framework.
Okay, so let's unpack that. These two dads,
Yeah.
who were they exactly? What did they kind of represent for him?
Right. So you've got two main figures. The poor dad, that was his actual biological father, highly educated guy, had a PhD, worked a steady government job, followed the traditional route, school, good grades, safe job.
The path we're all told to follow, basically.
Pretty much. But despite the education, the hard work, he struggled financially, lived paycheck to paycheck a lot of the time. His advice was always, go to school, get that secure job, climb the ladder, security through employment.
Okay, standard advice. And the rich dad.
Now, the rich dad, that was his best friend's father. That guy didn't even finish high school.
Oh, interesting contrast already.
Big contrast. But he was incredibly street smart about money. Built businesses, owned properties, became really wealthy. And his philosophy, totally different. It wasn't about working for money. It was about making money work for you.
Ah, the famous line.
Exactly. Through assets, through investments. So the book uses their, totally conflicting advice to show these two fundamentally different ways of thinking about money. It's not really about judging them as people, but understanding the philosophies and where they lead.
So it's less about how much school they had and way more about their approach to money, their financial mindset.
Precisely. That's the core difference he highlights.
Wow. I mean, growing up with those two opposing views, that must have been, well, confusing, especially when society pushes the poor dad path so hard.
Oh, absolutely. And that's why I think the book resonates. Kiyosaki felt that tension. The pull between the perceived safety of a paycheck from his poor dad and the maybe riskier but potentially freeing path his rich dad showed him. Society does promote the poor dad way because it's predictable, right? It fits the system.
Keeps the wheels turning.
Yeah. The rich dad advice often goes against that grain. It challenges what we're taught about being, quote unquote, responsible.
Right. Okay, so these two dads, these different paths, they lead to some core ideas in the book that really make you stop and think. Let's dig into those. The first one always jumps out at me. The rich don't work for money. That sounds wrong somehow. What's he getting at?
Yeah, it's designed to be provocative, I think.
Yeah.
It grabs your attention. He clarifies it, of course. It doesn't mean rich people are lazy or don't work hard. They often work incredibly hard. But they don't primarily work by trading their time directly for a paycheck like most employees do.
Okay. So how do they work then?
They focus on getting their money to work for them, building and buying assets that generate income, often passive income.
Passive income, like rent from property or
Yeah,
dividends.
Exactly. Rent, dividends, royalties, profits from a business they own but maybe don't run day to day. Things that bring in money even when they aren't actively, punching a clock.
So it's about creating systems where money flows to you, not just from your effort. That's a big mental shift.
It is. It often means putting in work up front, time, effort, maybe capital for a payoff later.
Right, delaying gratification maybe.
Definitely. You build the well before you need the water, so to speak. It's different from the immediate reward of a salary.
Makes sense. Okay, the second big idea built on this, the importance of financial education. But not the school kind.
Right. He argues pretty strongly that schools teach you how to be a good employee, how to get a job within the existing system.
Yeah.
But they don't teach you how money really works. They don't teach you how to invest, how to build assets, how to become financially independent.
Which feels true for a lot of us, right? We graduate knowing calculus, but not how to balance a budget or understand investing. So what kind of education is he pushing for then? Where do you get it?
He's talking about practical, real-world financial literacy, often learned outside formal schooling. So understanding things like basic accounting, reading a financial statement, knowing about different investment types, stocks, bonds, real estate.
Taxes, legal stuff?
Yeah, tax laws, business structures. It's about actively seeking out knowledge on how to manage and grow money, not just earn it. So reading books like his, seminars, mentors, and honestly learning by doing. Trial and error sometime,
Learning from mistakes, maybe.
for sure.
Hmm.
Becoming financially literate empowers you to build wealth, not just rely on a paycheck.
Okay, this next one. This is huge in the book. Assets versus liabilities. It sounds straightforward, but his definition is different. What's the key distinction for Kiyosaki?
This might be the most important concept, honestly. And yeah, his definition is super simple but powerful. It's all about cash flow. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out of your pocket, period.
That's it. So it's not about like traditional accounting definitions.
Not primarily. It's purely about which way the money is flowing because of that thing.
Mm-hmm.
So a rental property generating positive cash flow after all expenses, that's an asset. Puts money in.
Okay, got it.
But, and this is where it gets controversial, your own house, the one you live in.
Yeah, my biggest asset, right?
Well, by his definition,
Yeah.
maybe not. If you're paying a mortgage, property taxes, insurance, upkeep, it's constantly taking money out of your pocket each month.
Whoa. Okay, so my house is a liability. That feels wrong.
It feels counterintuitive because we're told our house is an asset. And on a bank's balance sheet, maybe it is. But through Kiyosaki's cash flow lens, if it doesn't generate income for you, it's draining your resources. It's a liability.
Yeah.
Same with, say, a car loan. The car loses value, costs you money every month. Clear liability. This forces you to look at everything you own and ask, is this helping me build wealth or is it holding me back?
That's a really stark way to look at things. It
Yeah.
definitely makes you reevaluate. So owning a home is bad then?
Not necessarily bad, no. He's not saying don't own a home. He's saying understand its true financial function according to this cash flow model. And recognize that real wealth, in his view, comes from acquiring things that generate income, not just things that cost you money or might appreciate someday maybe. Prioritize income-producing assets.
Got it. Okay, so that leads nicely